Howdy, YouTube. To all the kind people on YouTube. Okay, so this is, I believe, part 4 of this series. If this is a new video that you're clicking on, please refer back to part 1 so you have more context. So, where we left off, I need a little bit more water. Oh yeah, stay hydrated, everybody. Get your cup of water. Nourish those cells. So where we left off, the grasping of my own head to spin it around, to spin the third eye chakra of the energy body of the participant in front of me. The reason I did not reach for the energy body's head and I just reached for my own is because of it was shaking too fast. You know, it was moving too fast, and I don't want to grab someone's head and like, whoa, you know, kind of jumble them up, right? So you know, because we're all connected, what I do to me is what I do to you. So we did that, the spinning of the chakra. Then after that, I felt like the need to put a barrier, solid barrier around her head so that she can, you know, have an external helpful force assisting her with blocking out entities and leeches and negative thought forms that can come into your head, right? So now what I like to do for barriers is I like the element of earth. Earth works really well for me for a barrier set because of the oak tree. I learned a bit online about druidry, and the oak tree really resonates with me. There are oak trees around me where I live, so I have like hugged one before and tapped into that. And if some oak trees, if you knock on the bark, oh man, it's hard, man. It's so hard, which is good, you know? So now I am, at this point, because north is earth, at least in the medicine wheel I follow, I'm going to connect with the north, right? So I start to spin counterclockwise. Counterclockwise is feminine. And when I stop spinning, I'm going to face north to honor the element of earth, right? So now I'm facing earth. I am positioned to the right of the energy body. So the energy body of the participant, she is crisscross applesauce facing east, but I need to face north, so I'm on her right side by her right knee, and I'm breathing in the element of earth, which working with an element, for me, I like to go real slow. So I'm breathing it in real slow, right? And you know, getting the visualization going of the green light. For me, earth is green, and I'm visualizing the healing energy of earth, you know, coming around me, and I'm magnifying it by spinning it around. Then finally, like, I kind of concentrate it into a little ball, right? So then I go up next to her, and now it's time to the oak tree, right? You know, a barrier around your mind as strong as oak, you know, so that you can experience positive thoughts and get rid of the negative thoughts that might want to come into your space. You know, only positive thoughts can pass through. So that's what I'm creating. And then I started to, what was it? So now I'm in the same, for me, like the horse stance really works, where you spread your legs pretty far and you take like a squat kind of. So now I'm with my hands around her energy body head, I start to take a few deep breaths and get ready to, how would you say, to create this wall structure around her head. So I take like a handful of deep breaths. Then on the last one, you know, I start to like, and I'm like, you know, visualizing this wall. Then like my hands slowly move around all parts of her head, even like under her chin. And I'm creating this solid barrier of oak around the participant's head. So I did that once, and I noticed like, oh man, like I could have done that way better, because I've done a similar where like I'm embodying an oak tree, and like my whole demeanor changes. So I was like, oh, Chris, I know I can do that better. So I did it again. I took like a handful of deep breaths, and because I knew I was going to put my all into this last one, I really like took in a lot of air, breathing in the air of Earth. I took in a lot of the chi from Earth. Then in the horse squat and by her, when I do this hardening process to like make a barrier hard, for me, what works is if I'm making a barrier hard, that means my whole body needs to flex because I'm becoming hard. That means what I'm creating is gonna be hard. At least within my mentality, that's how it works. I'm gonna drink some water real quick. My mentality, that's how it works. Everybody is different. There's an idea that there's different ways to perform energy healing / magic. Is that there is flow and there is force. Someone doing energy healing with flow, it would probably look more graceful, like their body is moving like a feather falling from the sky, right? Like oh wow, beautiful movements, like Hawaiian dancing, like smooth flow. Then the other side of the spectrum is force. It seems like I tend to lean more towards force. For me, it feels like that's just what I like. That's just what I like. They say flow is feminine, force is masculine. I just like force because for me, it's like I know I'm trying my best and I'm doing my all that I can with force, right? So and they're both equal, by the way, which is funny. It's not that one's better than the other. You just use whichever side of the coin resonates more with the situation. So now I really breathed in the chi from Earth. Took like a handful of very deep breaths and then took one last deep one. Now I'm horse squatted in front of the energy body, and I'm with my hands around her head, like my whole body. I start to flex and like clench my jaws and put my toes into the ground and flex everything. And as this process is getting carried out, like I tend to like grunt and make noise because I'm like hardening, right? Like I'm hardening this wall around your head. So I'll try to do it, but it's kind of like, if I'm not doing it, it's like not as authentic. But if I was to try, what would it be? like my whole, same thing. Oh my god. Like I'm flexing. My teeth are clenched hard. Like I'm pushing, but like I'm not pushing on her head though. I'm pushing with my physical body, which relates to the energy that's moving. So I'm hardening this around her head. Then right after that, sometime that was a new thing for me. Like my body wanted to collapse, like under the pressure, which is fine. Like I did something that was hard and strenuous. You do 100 push-ups, like you're probably gonna collapse on the floor, right? So right after that, I noticed like my legs kind of buckled and I laid on the floor, and now I'm breathing for myself, for my own body to like come back. Yeah, it was very beautiful. The energy healing session that was carried out, it felt really magnificent to give to my dear friend, that deserves everything in the world, right? All of our friends do, family, we do as well, right? Deserve anything that we set our mind to. Oh, I'm drinking some water, 1 second. Yeah. There was that. Then after that, I wanted to, then it kind of, the energy healing ended, and I felt called to, like, give thanks to Earth. For all that Mother Earth, Pachamama is another word for Mother Earth, for all the wonderful healing food that Pachamama provides us, all this beauty that you see around you all the time of the trees and the bushes and the animals that reside on the land, the mountains, like just the nourishing food, the healing herbs, just everything. I was just like, wow, like I want to give thanks to the element of earth. So after the energy healing session ended, leading right into a different ritual, if you want to call it that, of giving thanks to Mother Earth. Because I pull chi from the elements, but I wanted to give back, right? I really wanted to. So I did energy healing for Mother Earth, and it came out spectacular. It was interesting because usually I pull from the elements for energy, but this time I'm giving to Mother Earth. I'm breathing into my core, like I'm using my own life force to give, so that it's just to show my appreciation. And that process was very beautiful, going to the center of my own heart and really tapping into like the oneness within. And I started to so now in a chronological, I'm kind of jumping around. I faced the speaker towards me. Now I'm facing north. The speaker's on the north side facing me, so that when I do the same thing and go in prayer position, I am facing north, right? So I was in the prayer position, and what came over me is the chakras, right? Like we have chakras. Mother Earth has chakras. Like I'm going to give thanks and anoint. How do you anoint that which is already holy, right? But I'm going to give thanks and kiss each of the chakras of Mother Earth, right? So I really took the time with that, taking deep breaths and visualizing in front of me the chakras. There's this new concept I've been learning about that there's an Earth Star chakra that we all have that's below your root chakra. So I was kind of going with this new graph that I learned where there's Earth Star chakra, then the regular 7 chakras, on the physical body, your root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, crown chakra. Then there's 2 more chakras, they say, above the head. I wish I knew the names exactly, guys. One of them is called the Viracocha. It's kind of I think 8 to 12 inches above your head. It's like a golden orb. I believe the name for that one is the Soul Star chakra. And then I know there's one more right above it that I learned about that's a fair bit higher. That's the galactic chakra. I wish I remembered the names. I get to learn more about that. But yeah, so I went from the very top, the galactic star chakra, and I was taking my time and kissing each one on the floor. It's because I'm creating a how would you say I'm creating? I'm creating an energy pattern on the floor, and I was kissing each of the chakras, visualizing Mother Earth, giving thanks, moving all the way down to the Earth Star chakra of the Earth, right? Of Earth. So yeah, I created this on the floor, very beautiful. Then I actually picked it up, this energetic pattern that I created, and I brought it outside, and I actually implanted it into the front yard, into the grass, and I had a few moments to give thanks verbally, eternal gratitude, Mother Earth, for all the love that you give us. I acknowledge your presence that's here around us at all times, and I just created this for you to show you how much I care about you, and I wanted to give back to you because you give us so much. Mother Earth gives to us at all times without asking for anything in return. That is the epitome of unconditional love. coming to Mother Earth. Oh, I need herbs for this. My stomach hurts, and like, here you go. You know, it's amazing the amount of love that Mother Earth has. So I, said a little prayer. We say a little prayer for you. Whatever. I said a little prayer, and then I implanted it into the front yard. And then I kissed the grass a little bit. Then I was getting kind of cold and hungry at that point, so I kind of just like, okay, that was beautiful, and I just went inside. Yeah, very beautiful experience. I'm grateful that y'all listened and enjoyed it for what it was, and y'all are welcome to take whatever aspects and ideas I throw at you and integrate it into your own practice and copy it word for word, step by step, or if you want, change it up a bit so it feels it's more resonant with your vibration and it works better for you. Whatever you want to do. If you want to leave techniques for me as well, anything health related, energy healing, all that fun stuff, feel free to leave it in the comments. I'm hoping to make time to read them. I'm pretty sure I will, but maybe not. Yeah, love y'all so much. Continue to stay present with your dreams and aspirations. Highly recommend looking up Neville Goddard. Neville, Neville, spacebar, Goddard. Neville Goddard. He's from like the 1920s or 50s, and he speaks about his kind of, one of his sayings is like, think and feel as if your manifestation has already come true. Because there's one, and for me, I like it. Everyone's different. As long as you feel it resonates with your heart and your belief system, it'll work. For me, I feel it works, which is like, I need a hakalugi real quick. Yeah, the Neville Goddard, think, feel, and act. Think, feel, act, and believe as if your manifestation / your dream, your goal. Think, feel, act, believe as if your dream has already been accomplished. So one way of manifesting stuff is a different way is like, oh man, like, let's just say someone wants to live in Hawaii, right? And they visualize and think like, oh man, like, visualizing, dang, that would be so nice, like, to be at the beach, getting up, the coconuts are all around me, all the tropical fruit. That would be nice, That's one way to do it. But for me, it's like, that would be nice. That saying, that would be. Like, that means it's not happened already. You're kind of speaking in a tense that you don't have the coconut in your head. Oh, that would be nice to have a coconut. The Neville Goddard route is you already have the coconut. The coconut's in your hands. You are already at the beach. So instead of like dreaming about one day being on the beach, instead you get in the heart space, the thought patterns, and the actions that you already are at the beach. Oh my God, I'm at the beach right now. And this is beautiful, man. Look at the ocean. Oh, wow. Like, embodying the feeling of your physical presence being at the beach and letting all the emotions flood you while you're in a visualization of, oh man, I got this coconut by my side. I'm looking at the water right now. And, oh, look at those waves, man. Oh, this is fun, right? Like, that's another way to go about it, which I like, because it's like, to me it just makes more sense. In the end, a lot of these techniques of, magic or, manifestation, what have you, as long as you feel that it resonates, oh my God, like that makes so much sense, then it works for you, right? Yeah, very beautiful, guys. Continue to get your movement in. Movement is medicine. Drink tons of healthy water and clean, nutritious foods, whole foods in alignment with ancestral roots. And say something nice about yourself today. I'll do one right now. I am so grateful to have been hydrating for this series that I'm recording with you guys. So proud of myself for setting time aside to I am so proud of myself for setting time aside to explain the processes that got carried out. I am so proud of myself for going to bed at a decent time yesterday. I am so proud of myself for eating mangoes and blueberries for breakfast. I am so proud of myself for choosing to speak kindly and with much patience to who I am. Constantly build yourself up, guys. Cheer, be a cheerleader for yourself. Cheer yourself on for the littlest things that you do. I've noticed, at least with me, I need to drink some water 1 second. I've noticed. Oh, be a cheerleader for yourself. Cheer yourself on for the littlest things that you do, the littlest accomplishments that you achieve. The reason I say this is, I can only speak for myself, but I've noticed like the things that we do right or good for ourselves or others, we don't really congratulate ourselves. We just kind of let it pass by. Even small things is, like I got up, I brushed my teeth, I drank a cup of water and I walked around the block, or I called my grandma today just to say, hey, I'm grateful I still have a grandma right now. It's so beautiful. Congratulate yourself, because if it's very easy to let all those positives slip under the rug, go unnoticed by your own awareness, and then when something quote unquote negative happens, something that you goof up on, you screw up on, could have done better on, like, oh man, like, oh, I did that, and oh dude, like the beating up of self emotionally, right? Like if you were neutral about the past 4 hours of your day, then something comes up and now you're hammering down on yourself, like it's not a recipe for anything desirable. In the end, you're just hurting yourself more by talking down to yourself, right? So yeah, build yourself up and critique yourself with kindness when it does come to those moments of I could have done better on that. I'm grateful to pause and to restructure my relationship with my mishaps and to come at them better the next time. Just be kind to yourself, guys, within all dimensions: physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual. Love you all. See you soon.